Do you ever feel like you're being taken advantage of, or that you seem to constantly give in to other people's demands without sticking up for yourself or doing what you feel is right? If so, you need to take action and reinforce your boundaries. Otherwise, people are going to continue to walk all over you and you'll never be respected or fully independent. Here are 6 warning signs that you might be being manipulated, along with some helpful tips for how you can fight back and regain control. Number 1. You blame yourself for everything. It's an honourable thing to take responsibility and to own up to your mistakes. But a master manipulator will have you blaming yourself for things that aren't even your fault. They can twist your logic and make you start to assume blame for pretty much everything, despite how ludicrous that may sound to others around you. Here are some examples of what someone in an abusive or controlling relationship might say. If I was more organised, my partner wouldn't shout at me for losing things all the time. I forgot to remind them to take their medication, so it's my fault they're sick. I'm too shy, so it's okay if my partner speaks for me. Imagine if your friend said these things. Wouldn't you be concerned and feel like they're being way too harsh on themselves? Well, the same goes for you. Don't make excuses and don't willingly accept responsibility for things that aren't your fault. Number 2. You carry a sense of shame. If you feel ashamed for spending time on yourself or for saying no to someone without having a good reason to justify that sense of guilt, it's highly likely that a manipulator has planted that seed in your head. You need to cut it out and not let it grow. For example, you may be a single parent who spends 6 days a week looking after your child. Yet, the one day of the week that your child is with their other parent, you feel ashamed for having a day off and for not being there with them. Your ex might make you feel guilty and play on your emotions by telling you how much the child misses you. Or they might scold you for being selfish or for not teaching the child something they should know. Stay strong, be willing to accept feedback, but don't be guilt-tripped into thinking you're the problem when you're not. Number 3. You feel something's not right. Do you ever get a nagging feeling that you just can't shake off? That's your internal warning system letting you know that something isn't right. You might not be able to pinpoint exactly what it is, maybe a person's story doesn't quite make sense, or you just have an inkling that a friend or colleague has a hidden agenda. Do not ignore your inner voice. Learn to question things when your senses are telling you to do so. It's a very important part of setting up your mental barriers and letting people know that you will not be manipulated so easily. Number 4. You doubt your decisions. It could be that you have no problems making a decision, but you find it hard to stick to your choices and you tend to doubt everything you do. This constant doubt has to have come from somewhere. Perhaps you work for an overbearing boss who seems to question every little detail of your work and makes you feel inferior at every opportunity. Maybe there was an incident from your childhood where you did something wrong and your parents made you feel terrible about it. These experiences can have a lasting effect and make you doubt everything. Try to remember that your past should not limit your future. In fact, you can learn from any mistakes and make a better decision this time around because of it. Do what you feel is right and commit to it. Number 5. Your decisions are ignored. Once you have made a decision and stuck to it, don't allow your choice to be disregarded by other people or seen as any less relevant than theirs, without being given a worthwhile explanation at least. Sure, your choice may not always be the best one out of the group, but if you notice a trend that your decisions are never even being considered and your voice is effectively being drowned out, you shouldn't stand for it. Someone with a more dominant personality may override your decision and not even acknowledge it. For instance, say you and your friend are deciding which restaurant to eat at. You suggest going to the new Italian place, but once you get in the car, they start driving to the Mexican restaurant they told you that they love. If you try to speak up, they may shut you down by reassuring you that you'll love it too. Don't just let it slide. Continue to speak up and express your unhappiness in a friendly way until they acknowledge you. If you don't, they'll know that they can easily hold more influence over any decision you make together in future. Number 6. You excuse those who've wronged you. If somebody has wronged you, like that friend in the previous example who just ignored your suggestion completely, don't make excuses for them. Don't write it off by saying something like, "Oh, they're just very stubborn, and they've probably had a tough week. I don't mind Mexican." You're not helping anyone by making these excuses. Any injustice, no matter how small, should be called out in order to break bad habits and for you to enjoy a fair relationship in future. If you let them get away with small indiscretions, over time they'll push your boundaries until you find yourself making excuses for behaviour that is harmful to yourself and others. So, how can you stop this and fight back against manipulation? By using your voice and actions. In the words of Jan Black, author of the book Better Boundaries: Owning and Treasuring Your Life, quote, "In most cases, your tone does not need to be angry or dramatic. You are simply stating and managing what is." End quote. Simple phrases such as no, stop, or I don't agree go a long way in helping to set up your barriers and defend your state of mind. You can give a reason, for example, "You are asking me to put myself in danger and I won't do it." If the person you're talking to still won't take no for an answer, you have the freedom to walk away and to avoid someone if they are proving to be toxic. Remember, you don't have to be friends with everyone, and some people just cannot be reasoned with. Have you encountered any of these warning signs? How would you deal with a friend or partner that's trying to manipulate you? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. If you found this video helpful, show your support by leaving a like and share the video with others who might also benefit from it. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to stay up to date with our regular uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.